Hey guys, welcome to Conversations of the Heart with Janine Johnson. So today I just really wanted to take a few moments, some time to talk about those days. We have those amazing mountaintop experiences, and those are great. Like, we love those. We look forward to having those days. But what about those days that are not so fun? Those are the days that I wanted to talk about. Not that I'm wanting to be negative or anything, but truth is, we don't always have those mountaintop experiences every day, right? And as I sit and I think, as I'm talking about days, I'm reminded of a song one of my good friends wrote, and it's called Days. And it says, don't you wish that every day was an easy day and there was nothing that you couldn't do? But if every day was an easy day, you'd never be able to say that Jesus brought you through. And literally last week, I had one of those days. And that song immediately came to mind to me as I got to a point where I was like, you know what? Let me get up from this computer. Let me go for a walk. I had gotten my fair share of roadblocks, what seemed like closed doors, negative reports, and at this point I had had enough. And I got up from my computer and I went for a walk, and that song came to mind, and I started singing it as I went for a walk, and I was like, okay, like, this song is really, really, really speaking to me right now. And it's so true, because it was in that moment. I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm having those days, I really try to look within, and I go to the Lord. And it was the same with that day too. Like, I went for a walk and tears started streaming down my face, and I was just talking to the Lord, and I'm like, God, like, I need your help. I need you to just make a way with these, what seems like it was a negative report, and then just, it seemed like roadblocks and barriers and bad news. It's just everything. And I'm like, God, I give it to you, And as I was going for that walk, like, I had such a peace when I was able to just get away and just go for a walk. And it was like, that was me just letting go of it all. Really, like, just like, I'm done with this right now, But definitely giving it to the one that I know can carry it way better than I could. Because in that moment, I was just like, I had enough. But it was so crazy how after I'd gone for that walk and I'd gotten my body moving, my mind was just, was in a better place of peace after I'd gotten up and I prayed and I was walking and just talking, just the Lord and I, and singing that song, and those melodies, the melodies to that song were just really ministering to me and stuff. And I came back, and when I came back, I was like, you know what? I started dancing. And I don't know about you, but I don't know very many people that can dance and feel solemn or somber. And so I started dancing. I put on some other music after I listened to that song, and I started dancing and I started moving. And I love, love, love to dance. And it was in that moment that I was like, because I was thinking, I was like, what is the root cause of me getting to this point where it was like, I had reached my limit, like my jar was full to capacity and could not hold anything else at that moment. And I thought about it, and I came to the realization that, I have been giving and giving and giving and giving and giving of myself, that I hadn't really been focusing on myself. I enjoy doing for other people. I have a job that I absolutely love. And sometimes I don't cut off, emails come to my phone. I look at my emails. I reply to my emails. I'll take phone calls. I'm also in school. I have an 8-year-old son, and, there are a lot of things that demands my time and my attention, and not to take anything away from any of those, because I love my job. I love my son. I love being in school and excited about graduating here pretty soon. But I said all that to say that I found that I was not making time for me. And, I would normally get up at like 4:30 in the morning and just spend some quiet time before my son gets up, and, it would just be my quiet time. And I hadn't been doing that. And it seemed like from the moment that I was getting up in the morning, I was just going. And I was going nonstop that week in particular, literally from sunrise to sunset. And mentally, I was filled to capacity. Physically, I was just like, oh. So me going for that walk and just really releasing allowed me to really step back and understand, what was the root cause of it all? Like, what caused me to get to that tipping point, or to be filled to capacity. I wasn't making time for me. And I literally was walking, and I was like, well, what do I do for me? Like, I could count all of the things that I do for other people, and sometimes to a fault. But I'm always making myself readily available, and I love it. Like, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love to do so. But at the end of the day, like, I was still not giving myself what I needed. And so since then, I'm like, it's been so funny. I've been dancing every day since. And I stay moving every day. I have a few friends that follow me on the Apple Watch activity app, and family members that follow me too. And they're like, whoa, I see you've been closing those rings. But that's been my commitment to me. I owe it to myself to stay active. I've lost a good bit of weight, and I'm still on the weight loss journey, but I just really made that commitment to me from that day forward that I would do different things that I love to do. That makes me smile, that makes me happy. I can give out once I'm pouring into myself. So I said all that to say, like, have you had one of those days recently? And when you had those days, what did you determine was the root cause of that? For me, it was just like I was going nonstop, like 100 miles an hour, and I needed to slow down and check on me and make sure I was good before I could pour out into anyone else. And it's easier said than done. But, what is it that you do? Let me know what you've been doing. I'm on this health journey. So I've been back working out consistently for the month of June. So give me some tips on what you're doing to work out. Maybe I can include some new things into my regimen. I absolutely love dancing. So if you know any local classes here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I can check out. That would be amazing. But I just really wanted to stop by and just really share that because, we all have experienced those days. And I realized that not everyone runs to the Lord. For me, I know that, I have a personal relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. But, even in those moments that, those good days, I'm always looking to him and trusting in him. On those not so good days, it's like that run is like almost like that prodigal son running back to his father. And that moment was so sweet and so special for me, one that I'll continue to meditate on for quite some time, because just being able to have that revelation and that peace that came along with having that revelation, I think it was not only eye-opening, but it was really revolutionary for me, because the result that it's producing from me having that moment that day has been amazing. So just thought I'd share that with you. Let me know your thoughts. Share some of your workout stories with me. Share even some of your stories about those days that may not have been always so good for you. But hey, I hope that this has inspired you more than anything else. I hope that this has encouraged you. I hope that this has motivated you. And keep it up. Looking forward to spending some more time with you all. And thank y'all for joining Conversations of the Heart with Janine Johnson. Bye.